You're watching Drake Queen Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here for Drake Queen Gaming. A subbing me on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of... one second, I'm on the wrong version, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm now on the version that didn't brick my saves for Kei's run. Anyway, as y'all can probably guess, it's Tennis Ace, Kei's Path. So let's go... Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Alrighty. By the time we all got here yesterday, I was so tired from the trip and from constantly running over my meeting with the Fox yesterday in my mind that it was barely even coherent. I ended up rushing through dinner and coming to our room to pass out, only waking up briefly when Kei slid into the futon next to me and hugged me from behind. Good morning. Snapped out of my reverie, I look around to the corner where I noticed Kei relaxed, sitting on his own with what seems like a cup of tea and looking out the window. The sunrise is really pretty from here. Too bad you missed it. Morning. You sure passed out last night. You were already snoring by the time I got here. I don't snore. Beg to differ. What time is it anyway? I yawn while rubbing the back of my neck. My whole body feels stiff. 6 a.m. That should have been plenty of sleep, but I still feel like crap. Are you okay? You thrashed a little in your sleep as well. I thought you were having a nightmare. I feel like I did. I just don't remember it. That's a shame. That I don't remember it? No, silly, that you had a nightmare. It's whatever. Everyone has nightmares. Not everyone remembers them, though. That's true. Then again, I did just say that I don't remember mine. I just feel like I had one. You've been up for a few hours, I'm guessing. You guessed correctly. Wherever did you get tea? From the hotel, of course. Where else? You didn't go out in your underwear to get it. You didn't go out in your underwear to get it, did you? Of course not. Don't be ridiculous. Don't look like a pervert to you. Just asking. I wouldn't blame you if you were so foggy after waking up that you forgot about it. I'd offer you some, but if there has been one thing I finally understood after a brief period of cohabitation, it's just how much you seem to loathe tea. Green, especially. That was a lot of big words for this early in the morning. Is there some kind of off button on your flowery filter or something? Sorry, force of habit. I'll try to talk simpler. Thank you. Where did I put my bag? It's on that corner right over there, next to the TV. Thanks. I get up on my feet, raising my arms above my head and taking a moment to stretch my whole body, letting my back pop once or twice in the process. Sometimes I feel like such an old man. I dig around for some clothes and a towel in case I decide to take a bath before we go out. Still undecided on that. Where did I put my phone? I look around the room while looking for it. My memory of last night might as well have been deleted entirely. Seriously, how could I have zero clue where I put the damn thing? While walking around, I notice Keisuke staring at me intently. You okay there? Yes. Quite alright. Don't mind me. I'm just enjoying the view. When I follow his gaze and look downward, I finally realize that I've been walking around with my morning wood on full display. While the feeling of embarrassment hits for a brief second, at this point I'm already so used to it that I barely even care anymore. I say I look back at the hair, noticing just how fixated he is on it. I decide to run an experiment. I sway my hip to one side, noticing how Keisuke's gaze follows. I then sway my hip to the other side, and once again, Keisuke's gaze follows. This is kind of fun, actually. One second now. Jeez, you look like a cat with a laser pointer. Could you really blame the cat when the laser pointer is packaged so nicely? Oh, God. Keisuke continues to sip on his tea as if nothing's happening. The look on his face, you wouldn't even be able to guess that he's shamelessly leering at my crotch. Careful, you seem to be getting a bit too excited. Oops, that wasn't meant to happen. Right. Keisuke shifts on his seat, crossing his legs in an attempt to hide it. A part of me wants to point out how unfair it is for him to cover himself up while continuing to stare at me, but maybe I'm too tired to properly think through what I'm doing, but I decide to fuck with him some more since I've been graciously offered the opportunity. Oh, damn, I just grabbed a new pair of underwear. Where did I put them again? I slip out of my underwear, letting my guy hang freely while I walk around the room pretending to have lost my undies. Keisuke pretends to look away, but I can tell his eyes are still following me around. Maybe you put them back there. He points at a random spot behind me. Having fully guessed his intent, I still follow along, pretending like I don't know what's going on. Here? It's kind of messy. I bend over and fiddle around with the stuff on the ground while acting like I'm looking for my underwear. I have to make a conscious effort to get my tail to stop wagging. I even raised it a bit to give Keisuke a better view in the process. Oh, silly me, I had it in my hands the whole time. Silly indeed. Now that I've made sure Keisuke is raging completely inside his hiding place, I decided to cut our little game short and start properly dressing myself. Keisuke doesn't complain, seemingly content with the short private show we got. You know, it's a shame I'm going back to the estate after the trip. I could certainly get used to this. What was that you asked me just a while ago? Do I look like a pervert? Huh. Very well, I deserve that. Keisuke sets his teacup to the side, getting up from his seat and stretching his own back, not bothering to hide his tent anymore. All jokes aside, I think it's time I got dressed as well. There isn't that much time until we have to leave, and I think we should spend at least some of it waiting in the lobby. True. Don't know when Coach will want us to leave. The hare grabs one of his bags, grabbing a change of clothes from inside and beginning to change. Like me, he's not trying to put on a show, so his underwear doesn't drop like mine did. Instead, he very quickly puts some clothes on, standing up next to me fully dressed not a minute later. There we go. Much better. You sure? Is your little guy not getting squeezed to death in there? Shut up! Keisuke gives me a friendly push on the shoulder while otherwise stifling his laughter. He can be very cute when he lets his guard down like this. Before we go, we should organize our futon. Don't want to leave it lying here like that. I'm kind of shocked you didn't do yours as soon as you woke up. Second, y'all. It is, in fact, water time. Alright, y'all, and we are back. Okay. Ordinarily, I would have, but as you were lying down halfway between my futon and yours, I don't want to risk waking you up in the process. Fair enough. Here, let me help you. Folding up your own futon isn't helping, you know. It is if I had no intention of doing it initially. That's just being lazy. Keisuke and I do short work of organizing everything. Before long, the futon, pillows, and sheets are all folded up neatly in the corner of the room, ready for us when we come back here at the end of the day. We then reach for our tennis bags, making sure that all of our gear is in place before heading downstairs. Sometime later, after a brief period of waiting, everyone gathered at the hotel lobby with their own gear. Amusingly enough, Coach was the last one to show up, having gone out to a nearby store or something. We step out of the bus, getting hit immediately by the hot and dry air outside. It's so bad that I almost want to get back in the bus. Okay, everyone, gather up. I know this isn't your first time here for some of you. Try to help out your clubmates that don't have experience at this place. It's pretty big in here, so it's easy to get lost. If I remember correctly, only 2 of the people in here are newbies to this competition. Everyone else has been here at least once. First things first, let's head out to the registration area and make sure everything is squared out. Then we'll head into the locker room so you all can get changed before the opening ceremony. It makes one wonder why we didn't just get into our playing clothes before heading out here. Speak for yourself. I don't want to be walking around in a polo for longer than I have to. If you hate polos so much, why don't you play in a regular t-shirt? The polos look so much nicer, though. Much more Tennessee. Tennessee? He's an idiot. How are you even surprised? Excuse me, can't I even make a joke anymore? You say it's a joke, but I know for a fact that that's your real reason for wearing a polo when you play. Maybe, maybe not. What's it to you? You can't prove anything. No squabbling, you 3. Osu! Great, we've only just arrived here and we're already getting chewed out. Whose fault do you think it is? How about we split the difference and we all agree to blame Saya? Hey! I suppose I can agree to that. Don't encourage him! The 8 of us, led by Coach, form a line on our way to the information desk. Every time I come here, I'm always blown away by how well maintained this place is. I've played in this venue at least 5 times in my life over the last 6 years, and every time I come here, the place is always sparkling clean and looking brand new. It's not like the tennis clubs in Saitama are badly maintained or anything, but this is another level entirely. We're here to register the players from Minamikawa Academy Tennis Club. Yes, all 7 of them. Yes, that is correct. Coach starts talking to the man at the front desk, showing him our student identities that he'd gathered before we left. One by one, we are called to the front desk and sign documents, get our player identification, a registration number, register our phone number with the officials, among other things. One sec now. I swear, with every passing year, it feels like the process gets longer and longer. It takes almost a full 5 minutes per person. This is kind of ridiculous. Good, no problems this time. I was afraid I would get a rerun of last year when someone forgot their documents at the hotel and held up the registration line. I'm sure everyone would expect that someone to be me. Honestly, even I would normally assume that I'm the person in question here. And yet... Sorry again. Yep, it was Saya. Shocking, I know. Yes, don't sweat it so much. It's in the past. Yikes, your laugh is so loud. And besides, you'd have no reason to sweat it so much if you didn't bring it up in the first place. The Does everyone know that when their matches take place? I believe at least 2 of you will be in the first batch of matches.
Yeah, that would be Kei-kun and me. Yuichi-kun will play during the second batch of matches. Hayuta-kun and Ayani-chan will play the third batch. Then there will be a pause for lunch, and Kana-chan and Himikawa-chan will play during the afternoon matches. Batches 5 and 6, if I remember correctly.
Yes, you were correct. Very good, Sayatan.
Damn, she really did memorize everyone's schedules.
I told you that back at the hotel. How are you still surprised? With 64 games to be played for the first round alone, the first day of the competition is entirely dedicated to running those. Since there are 10 courts divided in between the 2 buildings, the first day is divided in 6 branches of 10 matches, followed by a 7th batch of 4 matches. 3 batches in the morning and 4 in the afternoon. Of course, even the best laid plans buckle a little bit under the weight of real life, but most of the time these competitions tend to be pretty good at following the schedule. 5 of us are slotted to play in the morning, with the other 2 playing later in the evening. Honestly, it would have been kind of nice if we all got to play during the morning. That means we'd be free to do whatever we want for the rest of the day once lunch break came around. Instead, since Coach is really anal about everyone sticking around to cheer for the other players, we have to stay here for the whole day, even after we're done. Feels a bit contrived if you ask me, but oh well. I'm not the captain or the coach, so how much weight does my opinion actually hold? Now, since we still have some time before the opening ceremony starts, let me tell you kids real quick what to expect. Especially those of you who haven't been here before. Coach starts explaining how the rounds will be divided over the next 3 days, what time the competition starts and ends, how the courts are assigned, among other things. In reality, most of it can be found on the competition's website, which is probably where you got it from the first place. Those of us who've been here already Sorry, y'all, I just got up. Those of us who've been here before are already familiar with the speech, so we mostly tune it out. It's more for the newcomers' benefit than anything else.
By the way, Yuichi-kun, what time is Aki-kun arriving?
I'm not sure. We talked about it and he said he'd come with June. They'll probably be taking the train sometime soon.
I sure hope so. Otherwise they'd be late. The opening ceremony hasn't even started yet. Give them a break. I'm sure they'll get here in time. If it were only your brother, then I wouldn't worry. Kobayashi, however, has a history of being late to things.
That's a good point. I choose to believe.
Sure. It's too bad Shokan couldn't come today. He did say he'd be trying his best to make it tomorrow. True, but
I know, it feels weird for me too.
What's so weird about it? Shokan has been to every competition of ours since we were kids. That's over 10 years of him always being here. Can you blame us for finding his absence upsetting? When you put it like that, I guess I can't. Here's hoping he can make it tomorrow. Yeah!
Hey, if you 3 are going to ignore what I have to say, then can you at least keep it down and try to pretend like you're listening?
Sorry.
Sai and Keisuke lean a little closer, trying to talk in a hushed voice.
Kei-kun and I can't afford to stick around and wait, though. We both have matches as soon as the ceremony is over. We don't need to wait for them. I'm sure they'll be fine if we leave them be. Are you actually saying that? Have you met Kobayashi?
He has Aki with him?
Don't leave your little brother in charge of babysitting an adult. What else am I supposed to do? If they're not here by the time the opening ceremony ends, you wait outside for them while we head to our matches.
Oh, sure, leave me alone to wait for them.
It's not like you would get lost. But I want to watch you guys' matches. Aren't you the one who said you chose to believe they'd be here in time? You can believe outside, preferably by the entrance. But no, she's got a point. You did say that.
Cruel! You two are cruel!
Fine, but only because you're asking so nicely. Don't be sarcastic with me. I could be a hell of a lot ruder about it.
That I can easily believe, and I see no need to disagree or doubt you in any way, shape, or form. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silvermoon. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you to our gold tier patron, Amr. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to ultimate tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names and credits, get access to not safe for work contents as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!